It's over. Amber Heard reveals being ready to be sentenced to prison for 10 years. Hello friends, welcome back to Celeb Light. We're back with an interesting video as usual on our channel. As you all know, our channel brings new, fresh, and attentive content about famous celebs. Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button to avoid missing any amazing videos from us. In 2016, Amber Heard, a 30-year-old actress, arrived at the Los Angeles court docket searching for a restraining order towards her husband, the Hollywood star Johnny Depp. She mentioned Depp had violently attacked her in a rage and had thrown a cell phone at her face with excessive drive. There have been additional allegations of different incidents of home violence. She mentioned she had endured extreme emotional, verbal, and bodily abuse and offended hostile, humiliating, and threatening assaults. Depp denied the abuse, the restraining order was granted, and shortly after, the wedding was over. 4 years later, the couple had been again in a court docket, however this time in London. Nevertheless, this was not Amber Heard's case. She had not chosen to be right here. This was a libel motion Depp had introduced towards a British newspaper, The Solar. Over the following 3 weeks, Heard arrived at the courtroom every day and walked past her former husband's followers, who had been satisfied that it was their hero who was the sufferer, and it was she who had assaulted him. In the courtroom, her story, photographs, reminiscences, and the accounts of her associates had all been uncovered to the world and stated by Depp's group and supporters to be a part of a plot to falsely show that he was, as The Solar had claimed in April 2018, a wife-beater. It was not simply the followers and the media who had been watching seriously. Lawyers have been already questioning if he won, what influence this may have on ladies coming ahead with claims of home violence. Exterior, Johnny Depp would arrive every day to Cheers. However, his behavior and lifestyle had been additionally below the microscope, and a choice has now dominated that The Solar's allegations had been considerably true. This was a strange court case. The remainder of Britain was in lockdown, buses and streets in central London had been abandoned, but right here, outdoors the Royal Courts of Justice, there was a crowd, generally greater than 200 people. Some wore masks. However, when Johnny Depp arrived, all makes an attempt at social distancing collapsed within the crush to catch a glimpse. The wife-beating accusations. The accusations had been surprising. Heard mentioned that she had been assaulted by him on more than 14 events. She mentioned she had, at instances, been in worry for her life and left with a damaged nostril, black eyes, and broken lip. Vicious, drunken tirades had, she mentioned, lasted for days. There was additionally a 15th allegation too traumatic and private to be heard in an open courtroom. It felt like a jail trial. Depp was being accused of repeated assaults on his former affiliate, the form of violence that had dispatched others to jail. Nonetheless, this wasn't a jail trial. It was easy to miss this was a libel battle between Depp and Info Group newspapers, the publishers of The Solar. As a result, no one from the newspaper was known as to the witness stand. Dan Wootton, the journalist whose article had mentioned there was overwhelming proof that the actor was a wife-beater, was not even on the listing of 79 names cited within the trial's paperwork. Johnny Depp scores big win over Amber Heard. Johnny Depp's 2-year-old defamation lawsuit towards his ex-wife Amber Heard is not going to be dismissed. A Virginia choice dominated Tuesday, which means the case is about to proceed to a trial in the following year. Fairfax County Chief Select Penny Ezkarate rejected Heard's motion to dismiss the case, Heard's third such motion since Depp filed his lawsuit in March 2019 on different grounds set out in an opinion obtained by USA Today. Heard tried to get the Virginia lawsuit thrown out, citing the ruling of a London Decide final 12 months in a libel lawsuit Depp filed in opposition to the author of the Solar tabloid and subsequently misplaced following a contentious approved showdown in an English courtroom. The London alternative included that the 2018 article branding Depp a partner beater was not libelous and that the good majority of Heard's claims of dwelling abuse might presumably be proved to the civil. Defendants declared that refusing to acknowledge to the UK judgment of this case would set a harmful precedent and is unfounded. As Karate stated in her opinion, if something upholding English libel judgment within the US would create a chilling influence, it can create a dangerous precedent. Accordingly, this court docket is unpersuaded by the defendant's argument. The selection marks a severe victory for the actor in his ongoing warfare alongside with his ex, which began in 2016 all through their divorce in California and has now unlasted their transient, tumultuous marriage. Mr. Depp is happy with the courtroom's decision, mentioned Depp's lawyer Benjamin Chew of Brown Rudnick in Washington, D.C. The Virginia case arises out of an opinion article Heard wrote within the Washington Submit, which is printed in Virginia in December 2018, during which Heard claimed she had turned into a public face of home abuse. She lamented that she felt the entire stress of our customs wrath for women who talk out throughout the piece. A number of months later, Depp filed his lawsuit looking for $50 million in damages. He depicted himself as a sufferer of false allegations, part of an elaborate hoax to generate constructive publicity for Heard to advance her occupation. Based mostly on his swimsuit, Miss Heard isn't a sufferer of home abuse, she is a perpetrator, the swimsuit says. Heard by no means talked about the Pirates of the Caribbean star by identifying in her essay, however, it was clear who and what she was speaking about based on Depp's lawsuit. Hollywood boycott. Depp instructed the Sunday Instances in August 2021 that he seems like Hollywood is boycotting him as his film Minamata has been but to get a U.S. launch date. The movie, during which the actor performs an American photojournalist, was pushed from a February 2021 launch to TBA by MGM following Depp's libel case conclusion in October 2020. Some films contact people, and this impacts these in Minamata and people who experienced comparable points, Depp acknowledged in August. The case is scheduled for trial in April 11, 2022 in Fairfax County, Virginia's largest and most populous county, position in suburban Washington, D.C. Either side will resume discovery proceedings equivalent to taking depositions together with Hurwitz. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.